welcome back to my channel. My name is Susie. If it's the first time here, please subscribe before you leave. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to crochet this baby unisex booties. Okay, they're for a baby 0 to 3 months. They measure approximately 9 to 9.5 centimeters. They're unisex, so you can make them in any color. In my channel, I have a video where I'm explaining how you can make the different sizes having the same stitches, 72 stitches like so. Okay, it's in Spanish, but if you want an English video of me explaining that part, please leave a comment and I'll be happy to make it. Okay, so if you want to learn how to make these baby booties, please keep on watching, and let's get into the materials list. Okay, so we will need a 1mm yarn. Okay, this is the name Alice Diva. It's a 1mm yarn and it's 100% acrylic. I don't know what the word it is. I don't know, I can find it, but it's 100% acrylic. Oh, it's right here, microfiber acrylic. Okay, so I'll be using it in color brown. This is the color. If you want to buy the exact same color, 167. Okay, we need a 1.75 crochet hook, and I'll leave the link in the description box where you can buy this yarn. Okay, I buy it at Etsy. So you need the yarn, 1.75 crochet hook, your decoration, which in my case is these wood buttons, but I just glue a pearl or rhinestone inside. This will be my decoration. Of course, your scissors, and if you want a yarn needle. So let's get into the steps. We will start by making the sew. Okay, you need 20 chains. Once you have your 20 chains, we're going to start working in the 4th chain from the hook. So let's count 1, 2, 3, and 4. We are making an increase of double crochet. Okay, so in the same stitch we make another double crochet so we can have the increase. After the increase, you have to make 15 double crochets, just like this, guys. So keep on working double crochets until you have the total of 15 after the increase. Okay, so once you have your 15 double crochets, we have one last chain. In that one last chain, you're going to make 6 double crochets, like this. Once you finish your 6 double crochets, you're gonna repeat what we did at the beginning, which was 15 double crochets. So finish your 6 double crochets right here, and then continue working 15 more double crochets. Okay, so I finished my 6 double crochets and I continue working 15 double crochets. And right here we have one last space. So right here we're going to make an increase of double crochets. So I have 1 double crochet. In the same space I make the other one. Okay, so I have 2 double crochets. Now let's find the 3rd chain we left at the beginning, 1, 2, and 3, and in the 3rd chain we are going to make the slip stitch. We finished row 1. Now chain 1, and remember that this chain counts as the first single crochet, so don't lose that chain. We go on to the next stitch, which is this one, and we are going to make an increase of single crochet. In the next stitch we're going to repeat an increase of single crochet. Now we continue working 6 single crochets. After you have the 6 single crochets, we are going to make 3 half double crochets. So we have 1 and the next one, 2. Okay, I have 2, and the next one I make my 3rd one, 3 half double crochets. Now we continue working 6 double crochets, just like this. Okay, so I finished. I repeat, we made 2 increases of single crochets, 6 single crochet, 3 half double crochets, and 6 double crochets. Now we are going to make 6 increases of double crochet, just like this. Okay, you have to make 6 increases. After you finish the 6 increases, you're going to repeat the beginning part, okay, which was 6 double crochets, 3 half double crochets, and 6 single crochets. Okay, so I finished my 6 increases, 6 double crochets, 3 half double crochets, and 6 single crochets. Now we have left 2 stitches. We are going to make 2 increases of single crochet. So I have 1 increase. In the other stitch we're making the second increase. Okay, so I have 2, and right here we have the slip stitch from the last row, from the past row. Okay, this is the chain, this one right here, and this one is the slip stitch. We are going to insert the hook in the slip stitch from the past row, and we are going to make a single crochet. Now found that chain that we made at the beginning, okay, and we are going to make the slip stitch right there. We finished row number 2. Now chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and counts as the first double crochet. We go into the next stitch, and we are going to make an increase of double crochet. In total we have to make 4 increases of double crochet. So we have 1, let's make 3 more. I finished my 4 increases of double crochet. Now let's continue working 15 double crochets, just like that, until you have the total of 15 double crochets. Okay, so I finished my 15 double crochets. Now I got to the first increase from the past row. In the first stitch we're going to make an increase of double crochet. In total we have to make 12 increases of double crochet. Okay, so I have 1, I'm making my second one. I have 2. We're going to make 10 more, so we can have the total of 12 counting these 2, and then we continue working how we did at the beginning, which was 15 double crochets and 4 increases of double crochet. Okay guys, so I finished my 12 increases, 15 double crochets, and 4 increases of double crochet. Now we have one last stitch, and right here we are going to make 1 double crochet by itself. We find the third chain right here, and we make the slip stitch. Okay, so we finish row number 3. For row number 4, like I always do, I'm going to explain, well, not explain but repeat to you. Do not crochet too tight, okay? Do not do it. Just not too loose and not too tight, just normal. Because if you crochet too tight, the sew is gonna like fold or like be all crooked like that. So we don't want that, okay? We want the sew to be as flat as possible. So chain 1, and in the next stitch, which is this one, we are going to make a single crochet. In the next stitch, a single crochet. Okay, so we are going to work single crochets all around. Remember that chain counts as the first single crochet, so in total you have to have 72 single crochets counting this chain. Okay, so I finished row number 4. We're going to find the first chain we left at the beginning, and we're going to make the slip stitch. So the sew has to be like this, flat, 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 flat. Okay, and if it's not, just go like this. Fix your stitches. Okay, so now we're gonna get started in the upper part of the boot. Chain 1, and that chain equals your first single crochet. Now working in back loop only, like this, we are going to work all around only in the back loop, working single crochets just like this. In total you have to have 72 single crochets counting your chain. Okay, so I finished my 72 single crochet. Now let's find the chain we made at the beginning, and we're going to make the slip stitch right there. Chain 1, and now working in both loops like this, grabbing both loops, we are going to make 72 single crochets counting the chain. Okay, we're working normal single crochets, grabbing both loops. So we finished this second row, and we have to make 2 more rows of single crochets, so we can have the total of 4 rows counting these 2. Okay, so once you finish this row, you slip stitch to the chain 1 and repeat 2 more rows. Okay, so I finished my 4 rows of single crochets. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3 and 4 rows of single crochet. I made my slip stitch already. Now let's continue working. We are going to make a chain like always, which counts as the first single crochet. The next stitch we make a single crochet. In total we have to make 19 single crochet. So I have 2. Let's make 17 more so we can have a total of 19. I finished my 19 single crochets. Now in the next stitch we are going to make a half double crochet. Okay, so we have 19 single crochets and 1 half double crochet. Now in the next stitch we're going to make a decrease. So make a double crochet, but don't finish it. Yarn over, in the next stitch insert, get yarn and close 2. You have 3 loops, close all together. That's the decrease. In total you are going to make 16 decreases of double crochet. Okay, so I'm finishing the second one. I'll make 14 more so I can have the total of 16 decreases. Okay, so I finished my 16 decreases of double crochet. Now let's continue. In the next stitch we are going to make a half double crochet. And let's finish the row making single crochets. In total 19 single crochets. Okay, so finish the row. I finished the row making single crochets. Now chain 1. I did the slip stitch. Remember, in the first chain we made at the beginning, you're going to slip stitch like that. So we chain 1 and continue working single crochets all around. This row is going to be worked only in single crochets without decreases or anything. Okay, so you're going to make single crochets all around like this. Okay, so I finished the row making single crochets all around. Now I did my slip stitch like always, and now we are going to make 1 chain, which counts as the first single crochet, and we are going to make in total 17 single crochets. Okay, so continue working like that until you have your 17 single crochets, counting the chain. Okay, once you have your 17 single crochets, you are going to make in the next stitch 1 half double crochet. Okay, so we have 17 single crochets and 1 half double crochet. Now in the next stitch we are going to start making that decrease. We don't finish in the second one, we do another one and close all together. Okay, in total you have to make 10 decreases of double crochet. Okay, so continue working your 10 decreases. Once you make your 10 decreases, you're going to repeat what we did at the beginning. After the last decrease, make 1 half double crochet and finish the row making single crochets. Okay, so I finished my row. After the decrease, I made my half double crochet and finished the row making single crochets. I did my slip stitch like always and then chain 1. And we are going to make 15 single crochets. Okay, so continue working until you have your 15 single crochets. After you have your 15 single crochets, you're going to make 1 half double crochet in the next stitch, and in the next stitch you're going to work the first double crochet. Okay, in total you have to make 7 decreases of double crochet. Once you finish your 7 decreases, you're going to make 1 half double crochet and finish the row making single crochets. So finish your 7 decreases and repeat what we did at the beginning. Okay, so I finished my row. Now this row, chain 1, I did my slip stitch and chain 1, and this row is going to be worked with only single crochets. So you're going to make single crochets all around. Okay, all around until you get to this last stitch. Okay, so I finished my row and this is what you should have for the moment. Okay, so we're gonna start working in this part right here. So let's start working. Okay, let's make 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3, and this is your first double crochet. In the next stitch, work your second double crochet, and we are going to work double crochet all around. Okay, just like that, making double crochet all around. Okay, so I finished my double crochet, and let's find the third chain we made at the beginning. 1, 2, and here's the third one, and right here we are going to make the slip stitch. Let me find it. 1, 2, right here. Okay, so we made the slip stitch. There it is. I have to fix my slip stitch. So now chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and equals your first double crochet. Now in the next stitch we are going to make a front post double crochet like this. Let's repeat. We grab the next stitch like this. This is a front post double crochet. Now in the next stitch, which is this one, you have to be careful because sometimes it gets like if you put it like this, it gets covered. Okay, but it's right here. So make a normal double crochet. In the next stitch, which is this one, okay, not this one, because remember that we did the normal double crochet for this stitch. So don't get confused, guys, you have to pay attention. Okay, so the next stitch, you grab it from post, and it's the next stitch, we'll make a normal double crochet, and it's right here. It's hiding, but it's right here. So this normal double crochet, it's for this one. In the next stitch, a front post, and here it is, my normal double crochet. So that's how we are going to repeat working. Okay, 1 front post and 1 normal, front post, 1 normal, all the way. Okay, so I finished my row. Well, I still have one last stitch to make. Okay, but remember right here we started with a normal double crochet and then front post, normal, front post. So right here we have to finish with the front post. We can't have 2 normal double crochets together. It has to finish with front post. Okay, so we are going to skip this stitch. We're not going to make the normal front post, no. So we are going to get directly to the third chain, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we are skipping that stitch like this. If you finish with the front post, well, you don't have to skip. Okay, but I do. So we went directly to the third chain, and right here where it is the front post, we're going to make another slip stitch right there, and right here we're going to make the 3 chains. Okay, now here's the normal here. So this 3 chains is it's a normal double crochet in top of the front post from last row, and right here this one is the normal double crochet from the last row. We are going to grab this post, making a front post. So the normal double crochet, we are making a front post like this, and here's the front post from last row. So in that one we are going to make a normal. Here's the normal double crochet from last row. We grab it and make a front post, and here's the front post from last row. That one we're going to make a normal. We are just switching, guys. Okay, we're switching. So in the front post from last row we are making 1 normal double crochet. In the normal double crochet from last row we are going to make a front post, just like that. It's very simple. So here's the normal, we're going to make a here's the normal. Yes, here's the normal from last row. We're going to make a front post. Here's the front post, and we're going to make a normal, just like that, all around. Okay, so I got to this point already, making the normal double crochet in top of the front post from last row. And remember that we left the 3 chains. Okay, remember we did the slip stitch and then we slip stitch to the front post. Okay, so don't forget to make the front post in that slip stitch right there. So I have a front post and then the 3 chains equals my normal. So 1, 2 and 3. In the 3rd chain we are going to slip stitch just like that, and we're going to slip stitch again in the front post from last row. Let me grab it. Well, okay, so it's right here. We're going to slip stitch right there. 3 chains, 1, 2 and 3, and we repeat. This one, it's a normal double crochet in top of the front post from last row. It's a normal double crochet from last row. That stitch, we're going to make it a front post. Just like that. We are just repeating, guys. Okay, so you're gonna repeat the same last row, a total of, okay, so we are in row number 4. Okay, we are starting row number 4. We are going to repeat these same steps 2 more rows. Okay, so finish this row and repeat 2 more rows, just like that. Remember, when you slip stitch right here, you always have to slip stitch another one until you get to the front post from the last row. Okay, so in total, counting the first double crochet row, you have to have 6 rows. Okay, from the first row to the 6th one. Okay, so just repeat 2 more, finish this one and repeat 2 more rows. Just a little reminder, guys, I got to the last, don't forget to make the front post in the 3 chains. Okay, don't forget to make that. So right here we make a front post in the 3 chains. We slip stitch in the 3rd chain we made at the beginning, like that. And remember, always slip stitch again into the front post from last row. Okay, so let me finish my 2 more rows. Okay, so I finished my 6 rows in total from the first double crochet row to this one, making this stitch. This is how you should count them. Okay, so you see this little bump? To create the bump you need 2 rows. So let's count. If you have a bump, you know that those equals 2 rows. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because we have 3 bumps like this. Okay, so that means you have your 6 rows. So now we are going to chain 1, and in the next stitch we are going to slip stitch. Chain 1, in the next stitch, slip stitch. Chain 1, slip stitch. Chain 1, in the next stitch, slip stitch. That's what you're going to do all around. Once you get to the last stitch, slip stitch to this first chain and cut the row and hide it. Okay, so I finished my row. I hide the thread already. Now I'm gonna show you how to make the last part, which is this bottom part right here. You're gonna grab your boot like this, and you're gonna insert your hook right here in the loops we left, remember? And we are going to repeat the same stitch we did right here in the upper part. So right here we're going to chain 2, which equals 1 slip stitch and a chain. In the next stitch we are going to make a slip stitch, chain 1, in the next stitch or loop, slip stitch, chain 1, in the next loop we make a slip stitch. We're just repeating, okay? Chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, slip stitch, okay, until you get to right here. And then once you get right here, slip stitch to the first chain and cut the yarn and you hide it. Okay, and then when you finish making that part, you're just going to glue your decoration, or you're going to add your decoration like that. Okay, if it's the left foot, well, you put it in this part. If it's the right one, you put it in this part, just like that. So let me finish my boot and I'll show you my finished result. Okay, so this is my finished result. See, they came out really cute. And well, I hope you like this video, and if you do, please don't forget to leave a like and a nice comment. And well, if you want to say something nice, okay, I would love to read you. And well, I hope you can make them with any problem, and if you have any problems, please you can contact me through my social medias, which is in the description box. And see you next video. Bye.